You fall from 1,000 feet and the ground is not rushing toward you. You are rushing toward it. In less time than it takes to finish a phone call, your brain has to process fear, your lungs have to keep breathing, your heart has to keep pumping, and your entire body is about to meet the most brutal law in physics. Stopping suddenly is worse than falling fast. This is a science breakdown, not a stunt guide, medical advice, or survival instruction. Subscribe to Dark Truth if you want the terrifying science your body never wants to experience. You are 1,000 feet in the air, about 305 meters, and there is nothing under your feet. For the first split second, your body does not understand what has happened. Your inner ear, the tiny balance system inside your skull, suddenly loses its normal reference points. Your eyes see the world move in a way the brain was never designed to calmly accept. The horizon tilts. The ground expands. Your stomach feels like it has been pulled upward, not because your organs are actually floating away, but because your body is accelerating downward while your senses are screaming that something is deeply wrong. And then your survival system switches on. Your adrenal glands release adrenaline. Your heart rate rises. Blood vessels tighten in some areas and open in others. Your body is trying to prepare you to fight or run, which is almost cruel because in this exact moment, there is nothing to fight and nowhere to run. The first second feels impossible. Gravity accelerates you downward at about 9.8 meters per second squared, but you are not falling through empty space. You are falling through air, and air matters. That is the first thing movies often get wrong. A human body does not just keep accelerating forever near Earth's surface. Air resistance pushes back. The faster you fall, the harder the air pushes against you. Spread out like a skydiver, and your body catches more air. Streamline your body, and you cut through it faster. So from 1,000 feet, your exact speed depends on body position, clothing, body size, tumbling, wind, and air density. In a vacuum, the fall would take just under 8 seconds. In real air, from rest, it is more likely around 9 to 10 seconds for a spread-out body. That uncertainty matters because science can give the physics, but it cannot pretend every falling human becomes the same neat equation. By around 2 seconds, the fear is no longer just a thought. Your breathing changes. Many people instinctively gasp or hold their breath. Your chest muscles tense. Your brain's threat system, the amygdala, pushes the body into emergency mode before the thinking part of your brain has time to calmly explain anything. You may feel time stretch. That does not mean time is actually slowing down. It means your brain is encoding the moment differently. Under extreme threat, attention narrows. Tiny details can feel sharp, the sound of wind, the shape of the ground, the feeling of your clothes snapping against your skin. But here's the terrifying part. Your body is reacting as if there is still a decision to make, and there may not be. By 3 seconds, air is no longer a gentle breeze. It is a force. The wind presses against your face. Your eyes may water. Your limbs may pull into strange positions because the air is grabbing at every surface. If you tumble, your inner ear gets conflicting signals. Spinning, dropping, rotating, accelerating. Your brain tries to stabilize the world, but the world will not stabilize. This is where panic becomes biological. When the nervous system is overwhelmed, the body can freeze, flail, or lock up. These reactions are not weakness. They are old survival circuits firing faster than conscious thought. And then comes the question your brain cannot ignore. Should you spread out, curl up, twist, reach, protect something? In real life, there is no reliable body position trick that makes a 1,000-foot fall safe. The forces involved are far beyond normal human tolerance. But scientifically, body position does change drag, speed, and how forces are distributed. That does not make the scenario survivable by skill. It only means physics is still working on you every fraction of a second. By 4 to 5 seconds, you are moving faster than any sprint, faster than any fall your body evolved to handle. And yet, you may still be conscious. This is a strange and horrible fact. During the fall itself, the main immediate threat is not lack of oxygen. From 1,000 feet, there is usually not enough time for hypoxia to become the primary issue. You are not high enough for the thin air dangers of extreme altitude skydiving, and the fall is too short for oxygen starvation to dominate. Your brain still has blood flow. Your heart is still beating. Your lungs can still move air. The problem is not that the fall instantly turns your body off. The problem is that the ground is about to demand all your speed back at once, and your body has no safe way to pay. Think about a car crash, but remove the car. In a crash, seatbelts, airbags, crumple zones, and vehicle frames stretch out the stopping time. They do not cancel physics. They buy milliseconds. They spread force. They slow the transfer of energy. In a fall from 1,000 feet, your body is the vehicle, the passenger, and the crumple zone. Everything depends on deceleration, how quickly your body goes from extreme speed to zero. That is the real killer in high falls. Not falling, but stopping too fast. By 6 seconds, the air is fighting you harder than before. This is the counterintuitive twist. Air resistance is trying to slow your acceleration. In a sense, the atmosphere is the only thing pushing back for you. Without air, you would hit even faster. But from 1,000 feet, air usually does not have enough time to turn this into anything close to safe. So the same atmosphere that makes parachutes possible can only reduce the disaster, not erase it. Your skin senses pressure, your muscles tense, your hands may clench, your jaw may lock, your heart may pound so hard you feel it in your throat. But inside the body, something even more important is happening. Your brain is prioritizing. In an acute threat, the body can reduce attention to pain and increase focus on survival. Stress hormones and natural pain-modulating systems can change what you feel in the moment. That does not mean the body is protected. It means the brain may delay the full emotional and sensory impact because it is trying to keep you functioning. That is the mid-air truth nobody expects. The body can make terror feel strangely clear. Not calm, not safe, clear. Almost like the brain is saying, record everything, decide now, survive if possible. But the decision window is collapsing. By 7 seconds, if you started from rest at 1,000 feet, you may be nearing speeds roughly comparable to a vehicle on a motorway or freeway. The exact number depends on drag and body position, but the important point is simple. The kinetic energy has become enormous. Kinetic energy rises with the square of speed. That means doubling speed does not double the energy. It makes it 4 times greater. So every additional second is not just a little faster. Every additional second makes the stop dramatically more violent. Here is a specific question. If the air could slow one thing, would you want it to slow your speed, stop your spin, or give your brain 1 more second to react? Comment only one. Speed, spin, or time. Because in this scenario, those are the 3 enemies. Speed creates energy. Spin destroys orientation. Time runs out. By 8 seconds, the ground fills more of your vision. Your brain is now processing a collision course. The visual system uses expansion, the way an object grows larger in your field of view, to judge approach. But at this speed, the expansion is brutal. There is no gentle approach. There is only a rapid, final increase in detail. Trees are no longer a green surface. Concrete is no longer a gray patch. Water is no longer a soft-looking blue sheet. And this matters, because the surface changes the stopping distance. A rigid surface stops the body extremely quickly. A surface that deforms, breaks, or slows the body over a longer distance changes the physics. That is why rare survival stories from very high falls usually involve unusual circumstances. Trees, snow, slopes, structures, or other factors that increase stopping distance and reduce peak force. But rare is the key word. A 1,000-foot fall is a catastrophic event. Survival is not something science can promise, and it is not something toughness can control. When survival happens in extreme falls, it is usually because the environment changed the deceleration, not because the human body is built for it. Your body is not built for it. Your skeleton is designed to support weight, absorb normal impacts, and protect organs during everyday movement. It is not designed to safely absorb the energy of a fall from hundreds of meters. If the feet hit first, forces can travel upward through the ankles, legs, pelvis, spine, and skull. If the side hits first, the chest and pelvis may take major force. If the head or upper body hits first, the risk becomes immediately catastrophic. If the body tumbles, force distribution becomes unpredictable. The medical word is blunt trauma, but that phrase sounds too clean. What it really means is that the body's structures are forced to stop at different rates. Bones may stop before organs do. The ribcage may slow before the heart and lungs fully slow. The skull may stop before the brain stops moving inside it. This is why rapid deceleration is so dangerous. Your body is not one solid object. It is layers: skin, muscle, bone, blood vessels, organs, nerves, fluid, and the brain suspended inside the skull. During sudden stopping, these layers do not all behave the same way. The aorta, the largest artery in the body, is especially vulnerable in rapid deceleration because parts of it are relatively fixed, while other parts can move. Severe deceleration can create stretching and shearing forces. The brain faces a similar problem. It can move inside the skull, and sudden motion changes can injure delicate tissue. Again, this is not about gore. This is about physics entering biology. By the final second, your body has almost no time left to adapt. The muscles cannot brace enough to solve the problem. Bracing may change posture, but it cannot make human tissue ignore physics. Your reflexes are fast, but not magic. Even if your brain sends commands, nerves and muscles operate on biological timing, and the collision is arriving on mechanical timing. And mechanical timing wins. Then impact happens. The body's speed drops towards zero in an extremely short time. That is the moment everything depends on. If the stop happens over a tiny distance, the force spikes violently. If the stop happens over a longer distance, the force is lower. This is the same reason a mattress feels different from a floor. And a car with a crumple zone is safer than one that stops instantly. But at 1,000 feet, the energy is so high that ordinary surfaces cannot make the event safe. The body experiences massive deceleration. The skeleton takes load. The organs keep moving for fractions of a second. Blood pressure can change violently inside vessels. The nervous system can be disrupted. Breathing can stop, circulation can fail, and consciousness can be lost immediately or very quickly. If someone survives the initial impact, the danger is not over. This is another part people forget. The first stop is only the first battle. After a major fall, the body can enter shock. Shock does not mean being scared. In medicine, shock means the organs are not getting enough blood flow and oxygen to function properly. Blood loss, heart injury, lung injury, spinal injury, brain injury, and severe internal trauma can all push the body into a rapid downward spiral. The cells do not care that the fall is over. They only care whether oxygen is arriving. Without enough oxygen, cells switch into emergency chemistry. Acid builds up. Energy production fails. Organs become weaker. The body can lose the ability to maintain blood pressure. The brain, heart, kidneys, and lungs are especially sensitive. This is why emergency response matters so much in real trauma. But this video is not telling anyone what to do in a real incident. In real life, a fall from height is an immediate emergency requiring professional medical help. Now rewind the whole fall in your head. At 0 seconds, your body still had structure, oxygen, blood flow, and consciousness. At 3 seconds, fear took control. At 5 seconds, air resistance was pushing back, but not enough. At 7 seconds, kinetic energy had become the real monster. At 9 or 10 seconds, the ground converted motion into force. And the darkest truth is this: your body does not fail because it is weak. It fails because it is human. Every organ has limits. Every blood vessel has limits. Every bone has limits. Every neuron in your brain depends on oxygen, pressure, and structure staying within a narrow range. A 1,000-foot fall attacks all of those limits at once. The fall is a countdown. Gravity writes the timer. Air resistance edits the speed. The ground ends the equation. And your body, for those few terrifying seconds, does everything it can with systems that evolved for running from predators, not dropping from the sky. So could a person survive a fall from 1,000 feet? Scientifically, it is possible only under extremely unusual circumstances, and it is never something to expect. Documented survival from extreme falls exists, but those cases are exceptional because the stopping conditions were exceptional. The normal biological expectation is catastrophic injury or death. That is the honest answer. Not cinematic, not heroic, just physics, anatomy, and time. And maybe that is why the scenario is so frightening. Because there is no monster here, no villain, no explosion, no poison, just gravity doing exactly what gravity always does, and the human body discovering that 9 seconds can be both incredibly short and impossibly long. In the next video, we go even deeper into the body's emergency systems. What actually happens when your brain loses oxygen, and how fast consciousness can disappear. Tap and subscribe to the channel for more such interesting videos.